Hello everybody. Yep, it's working. All right, hello everybody. What is going on, guys? And welcome back to another video. It's been a while once again. It's been a while all the time, every time it seems, and once again I've just been gone for a while. Sorry I was a little bit late. Actually, my computer is the fans are just kind of making some weird noise, so I was trying to really appease that a little bit. So sorry about that. But we'll get underway here with the match preview for Real Madrid versus RCD Mallorca, which we're going to be playing tomorrow. So let's get into the intricacies of this game. So Real Madrid currently on top at 18 points, currently in first place. Can you believe it? Unbelievable that we are unbeaten in the league. I mean, it just goes to show that people were Zidane out at the beginning, and now 18 points, unbeaten in the league, first in the league. Gotta say, it's Zidane, man. He's really proving the haters wrong, but now, in all seriousness, he's doing pretty good, to be honest. You have Granada in second, surprisingly, which is just unbelievable, and Barcelona in third place. So there you have it for the permutation. What's up, David Jr.? Good to see you, my man. It's been a while. It's been a while for everyone, pretty much. And Mosin, what's up, my dude? It's good to see you, too. It's good to see you, Jonas. Thank you for being on. It's been a while, everybody. It's kind of weird, but it's nice to be back on, to be honest. The international breaks they're dreadful. But I'm happy that's over. And now we can get into club football. So let's see here. Jonas says Zidane is lucky, Barca is poor. He is a little bit lucky. Gotta give that to him. A little bit lucky. And Mosin says, so excited we're back. Heck yeah, I know, me too, man. Good to be back, just finally, after so much time. Gabriel Labonte says, thoughts on Clásico postponed? Yeah, I did see that. I'm going to give my thoughts a little bit as we go through the press conference. I know Zidane had to talk about it a little bit, so I'm going to have to think about that. I'll get back to you on that, Gabriel. But yeah, let's get into the match. So currently we're doing pretty good. Tomorrow it's going to be away from home at I think it's called Iberostar Stadium. Iberostar, I don't even know how to call it. Mallorca currently in 18th place, 7 points in the league, 2 wins in 8 games. They're not doing very good. I think we're going to win. I don't think it's going to be very convincing. It sounds as ironic or as paradox as that sounds. I don't think it's going to be a very convincing win. When I look at how they've won in the past few games and how they've lost also, it's really just 2-0 margins. So I think we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be 2-0. I'm not expecting more. I think they're going to give us a few problems. I think they have Chucho Hernandez. They obviously have Kubo. I think Kubo, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be able to play. I don't think there is that clause where he's not able to play. So Chucho Hernandez, Kubo, Lago Jr. I think is another player to be careful. So they do have a few players to look out for. I don't think they're going to cause us too many problems, but I think Chucho Hernandez specifically will cause us a few problems. Let's see here. Mosin says, yeah, man, I've been thinking this. I know, I have been wanting to do one. It's just sometimes you don't know what to talk about. I didn't want to do one, out of nothing. So, yeah. And David says, I hope Jovic starts tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so, too, to be honest. All the stick that he's been getting in the press and stuff like that. And just, amongst the fans, too. I think most of the fans, to be honest, are pretty patient in general with Luka Jovic. But definitely, I definitely hope to see Luka Jovic tomorrow. I think Zidane's gonna go with Benzema, but I definitely hope to see Jovic a little bit tomorrow. Mosin says, what do you think exactly what's happening in Barcelona? I want to know why it's all happening. I'm not even sure, to be honest. Mosin, I don't follow the news. As ignorant as that sounds, I really don't follow the news. I really don't know. If someone can obviously enlighten us, please do. But I really don't know. Sorry about that. Jonas says Barcelona plays a hard match versus Eibar tomorrow. I hope Zidane can rotate a little bit because Galatasaray is a must win, or Real can risk to play Europa League. Exactly. I don't want to see us play Europa League. Europa League is the last place I want to be. It's worse than hell. And I'm just kidding. But in all seriousness, Europa League, I do not want to see us. It's either we get Champions League or either we go out. I do not want to play Europa League. Mosin says you should do polls or questions on the community post to ask if you're unsure sometimes. Good point. I like that, actually. I know at Talk FCB, if I'm not mistaken, he does that. I have to figure out how to do that, but I'll look I'll look at a tutorial, and because I don't think it's very difficult. Imagine Real Madrid in the Europa League, says Mohsen. Exactly. No way. I can't do that. I don't even want to. It's like a nightmare. So okay, the players in. I think Karim Benzema is obviously he's gonna play. He's gonna be in. Eden Hazard's gonna be in. He's gonna play. Luka Jovic, he's gonna be in. Vinicius Jr. is gonna be in. Rodrigo might be a possibility too. That he might be in the squad just because. We got a few injuries. He can probably make the squad with the lack of midfielders that we've got. Maybe he can go in the squad. We got Marcelo back. I think Mendy might come back from injury, but it's not sure yet. I know he's back. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Mendy is back in training. It's just I'm not sure if he's going to play in tomorrow's game. As far as injuries go, Modric is out once again. It's just unbelievable. These injuries that plagued us. It's been really bad this year. It's been really bad. I think it's 18 injuries this season already. And it's just unbelievable. Anyways, Modric is injured. Cruz is injured. Bale is not going to play. I think he's got like a little niggle. Lucas Vasquez is not going to play. Nacho obviously is not going to play. Asensio obviously not going to play. And Carvajal's out of the squad, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And Mariano is obviously he's not going to play, right? So there you have it. That's pretty much the players that are going to be out. That's why the midfield has changed a little bit. I think he's going to go with Isco, Valverde, Casemiro. But we'll see. Mohsen says maybe they'll be motivated to win something new in relation to Europa League. Oh man, I know. And Mohsen says thoughts on Zidane meeting Pogba. I think Pogba wants to move. You look at the situation at Manchester United. It's just such an obloquy. You look. Why would anyone want to stay there? So I think Pogba's going to move. I would like to see it happen in January. As much as I would like to see it happen in January, I don't think it's going to happen in January. I think it's going to happen next summer. But I'm not going to write it off. It can always happen. You look at Neymar, 198 million PSG a couple years ago. No one thought it was going to happen. It ended up happening. So you never know. In this kind of capricious kind of transfer market, it can definitely happen. So I'm going to get into the press conference questions, what Zidane had to say about the game tomorrow. So there was a question, obviously. Alfonso Torres, pretty much, he's the first one to come up with the questions for Real Madrid TV. He asked, how do you find your team in terms of physical and mentally for tomorrow's game, despite all these injuries and things like that? As Zidane just said, tomorrow's going to be an important game. We know what happened during these 2 weeks. A lot of players out. The same players injured, in relation to Modric. I don't know if Toni Kroos was injured already this season, but it's just unbelievable, like I said. And then Zidane said, we will prepare. We've prepared for the last 2 days because it's been the past 2 days with all the players. I didn't know what he meant by that. He said, to do a good game tomorrow is what interests us. We know the game. We know the team we will face tomorrow, who really don't deserve the standing they currently have. So we will try to do our best. Just in reference there, pretty much every team in La Liga is kind of a difficult team. I think Mallorca is going to be difficult to some extent. I think we're going to be able to beat them. I don't think it's going to be an easy game, however. I think it's going to be, like I said, 2-0 is what I'm expecting from tomorrow's game. Hopefully it's more, but I think it's going to be difficult. And as Jonas was saying, hopefully Barcelona can, it's going to be a difficult game for them tomorrow at Eibar. So we'll have to see what happens there. The next question was, would you like to play the El Clásico on the 26th? If not, what date? I guess here I'm going to give my opinion. Zidane pretty much said, I know for you guys this topic is interesting, but at the end we will do what is told of us if we must play the 26th. The important thing is to be prepared for when that game comes. The important thing is for all of us to be proud when we play. I know there's a lot of debate, which is logical, but this is my position as a Real Madrid coach. When this event happens, we will play. We will be prepared to play regardless of the date. I know he pretty much said that, and it's obvious that I think he has something in his mind. I think he has a date in his mind. I think he wants it postponed. Obviously, we're coming back from Istanbul and things like that. I think he wants it postponed. I think it's going to do us some good if we postpone it, but then again, we'll see. Let me get to the live comments really quick. Let's see here. Kay Alexander, what's up, man? It's good to see you. Thank you for being on. Hopefully your 2 weeks of international break has been good. And Molson says Pogba or Van de Beek in the summer, or maybe both. Both. Why not both, right? Why not both? Real Madrid. And Molson says good in the league but bad in the Champions League. It's weird how the tables have turned for us. It's really, I think it's just a lack of motivation. I think some of these players, they want to go after the league, and it's just a different thing, different dynamic. Champions League, we've already won it so much, right? So I can kind of understand. It's like when you eat a chocolate cake 100 times, you kind of get tired of it. So I can understand, I guess. Let me just get to the other comments here. Pep was being comforted. Molson says Pep was being comforted in training by a fellow colleague as he looked distraught from what's happening in Barcelona. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. I guess my heart goes to what's going on in Catalonia because, yeah, wow. I really haven't heard of it. Like I said, I'm kind of an ignorant person when it comes to the news. I really don't watch it. Really, I don't have any interest at the moment of doing that. Molson says Liverpool versus Man United this weekend and no Pogba or De Gea. I know, it's scary. I think it's going to be a draw. I have to say, I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be 0-0. The reason I say that is because Manchester United just feel they can get a point out of this. They just park the bus. I think it's at Old Trafford, if I'm not mistaken, but they just parked the bus, and I think they will be good to go. I think it's going to be 0-0. Let's see. Molson says, good in the league, but bad. Yeah, there you go. Just sorry about that. And Molson says, I can see us getting Eriksen in January. Definitely, yeah, there you go. Eriksen in January is definitely a possibility. I know he wants to come to Real Madrid, but the only thing with that is that Zidane really wants Paul Pogba. But maybe he can, maybe Eriksen can come in January. If the fee's low, I'd go for it. If the fee's too high, I probably wouldn't. And I hope Pogba doesn't care because he's inconsistent, selfish, and loses the ball a lot. I know you got your quibbles, Jonas, with Pogba, but man, I don't know. I can understand it. Like I said, I can understand it. It's Pogba, man. He's just a contentious player. It's just one or the other. So we'll have to see. But I think if Zidane stays at Real Madrid, I have a feeling Pogba will come to Real Madrid. I'm going to talk about this further into the video, but what I do want to say about that is that when I saw Zidane talking about Paul Pogba, or when he was asked about Paul Pogba, it was so clear in his voice. I could just see it so much in his voice. Right when Paul Pogba was being spoken about, you just saw this different guys, this different kind of his facial expression changed, and it was like it's so obvious that he really wants to get Paul Pogba. So if Zidane stays, we're getting Paul Pogba. I'm almost 100% sure. Molson says we should get 3 points. We have like 3 games in a week around the 18th December week. I think we should get the 3 points. So that's already good enough. For me, if we get the 3 points, good enough. For me this year, I thought it was going to be more of a transition year, but we're in first place right now. Molson says, I think it's not good to watch the news in this day and age. Yeah, exactly. It's a bit of, how can I say it? Watching the news is, oh man, it's pernicious, to a person's health. It's so, man, when you look at all the news, it also distorts our sense of the world, I was at Starbucks the other day, and I heard this. I was overhearing this person talking about how our society is very chauvinist. What I mean by chauvinist is our society is very patriotic. I mean, to be honest, when I go outside and I go to school and I do my shopping, I don't see this kind of stuff. It's only in the news that it's going on. So when you look at the news and you look solely at the news and you base your world off the news, you get a very, very distorted sense of the world. So anyways, to go on a tangent there. Milcore Football, dude, thank you for being on. It's been a while, man. Thank you for being on. Really appreciate it. What do you think about El Clásico being postponed? Yeah. Let me talk about that right now. I think probably... Oh, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about it. It was good for me, to be honest, because that Clásico was early in the morning. Probably a good thing. I just hope if they postpone it, it is at another good time or something along those lines. So I really don't know. I guess the thing right now, the thing that's so ambiguous about this whole situation is that I don't even know when the other options are. I don't know the other options, so that's the big thing about it. It kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Maybe we'll have more time to recuperate. We'll have more players back. I don't know. We'll have to see more. I'm not too. I can't really give a concrete argument or opinion on it just because I don't know of the other dates. Milcore says those garbage alonas. Yeah. I'm hearing 20 million for Eriksen. Holy crap, says Molson. That's insane, man. 20 million for Eriksen. That's a steal. I'd get him for sure. And I think Pogba chance is mentally, then I may finally want to see him at some point. Yeah. He does need to change his mentality. Yeah, I know he's always gonna kind of have that though. But yeah, I can understand where you're coming from, Jonas. I see what you mean. Molson says thoughts on Cordua coming back. Not good. Not good. No comment, man. That's all I say, right? That's no comment. James, you've made it. Wow, quick, dude. I can't believe you made it. Okay, yeah. Let me give you a quick recap. We did. I think we just talked about the press conference a little bit. We talked about the news, how it's detrimental to someone's health, and you get a distorted sense of the world. We talked about the Clásico being postponed too. I really don't know at this point. We got some players injured: Modric, Cruz, Bale, Vasquez, Nacho, Asensio. Carvajal's not going to play tomorrow. He's not even included in the squad. Mariano, I don't think is either, which is not surprising. Brahim Diaz might be included in the squad. We got players to look out for: Kubo, Chucho Hernandez, and Lago Jr. Chucho Hernandez probably a player to look out for. I don't think we're going to win by much. I think it's going to be 2-0. Mallorca are currently in 18th place with 7 points. They're not doing very good, but when I look at the other results that they've had, it's really been 2-0 margin. So I think we're just going to win 2-0. And I think that's all. I think that's all I said so far, James. So hopefully that's a pretty good recap. It's supposed to be played on December 18th, which is a Wednesday. Oh, actually, that's a good thing for me. Actually, that's a really good thing. I'm going to be on break. That's a very good thing. Thank you for that. Yeah, what's up, James? Exactly. Milkor says Ericsson is Premier League midfielder format. Yeah, I really don't know much about Ericsson, to be honest. I haven't seen him much. I've heard he's a good player. I've seen a few of his things, and he is a decent player, I have to say. He's a player who, he's underrated. He's not as flashy as Paul Pogba, but he does have a lot of quality to him. And I feel like a lot of teams have kind of passed by him. I think he's a quality midfielder, but yeah. Milkor says Pogba is a UCL. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I guess so. There's always going to be different factions to that, right? There's always going to be different factions to that. Plays for Spurs. Yeah, it's such a contentious one, man. It's such a contentious one, I'm telling you. Paul Pogba, you know. But there you go. So let's go into the next question here. The next question was, does it bother you in any sort of manner that it will be changed? Of course, referring to the Clásico, not playing after Istanbul. Is that convenience because you can get back footballers? It prepares you in different ways. Is there a preferred date? He says, yes, I won't tell you. He says, we know that it could be any day, but we will adapt to it. However, I won't tell you something personal. So obviously he has another day that he prefers in Zidane. I don't think he wants the Clásico to be played next Saturday. I think so. I think he'd rather have it on another date. If it's a Wednesday on December 18th, as James was saying, then let me just check if that would be a good day. I really don't know the games before that. December 18th, there you go, Wednesday. I don't know the games in between, so we'd have to see. I can't figure out the context as of yet, so I can't really give a good judgment on that. Let's see. There was another question about possibilities of signing people in January. There was a question. There's a possibility to sign in January. There's been talk about a center midfielder. Would you be predisposed to sign anyone, or are you happy with your current squad? He didn't say he wasn't. He didn't say he wasn't close to it. He was very, very open when it came to signings in January. He said until the end of January, anyone can sign. But the thing that's important is tomorrow. We can't think too far. We only focus on tomorrow. So he was obviously very, very open when it came to January signings. I think we're going to make a few signings in January. I think that's going to help. I think it's going to galvanize our squad. I think our squad just needs new blood. And like I was saying I think it was last video or something, or previous videos, the injuries that we've succumbed this season, it shows that we've got a dearth in midfield quality. We need to get midfielders. We need to get numbers. And at the moment, when you look at our squad, just bereft of midfielders, we need to get midfielders in. You look at Modric and Cruz, and then who else do we have in the midfield? Really, just James Rodriguez is the only player that comes to mind. So we definitely need more midfielders. Let me check for the next question here. Yeah, speaking about January transfer window, which is the next question I'm going to be talking about. We saw a few images of you and Paul Pogba. That was said by one of the journalists. He said, we just wanted to know if it was a coincidental event or if it was planned. Are there possibilities of him coming to Madrid? Or, did you talk with him about, wanting to go to Manchester United? He said, no, only coincidence. He was there, and I was doing, and then since we know each other, we talk to each other. So I think Zidane. I think this is true. I think it was mere coincidence that they met. However, I think they probably did speak about coming to Real Madrid and things along those lines. I think Pogba definitely wants to come. I think he was kept I would say against his own will at Manchester United. So I definitely think Pogba will come to Madrid. If not in January, it'll be next summer. Then there was a question. Yeah, there was a question about Paul Pogba. He said, yes, it's personal. I won't tell you what we talked about. That's between me and him. But we know each other for a long time. We saw each other and we just talked to each other. So that's what he said about that. I think Paul Pogba's gonna come. Yeah, it's inevitable. It's inevitable. The next question. You know each other. You're both French, but considering there's 6 midfielders in the squad with two center attacking midfielders with Pogba, can that be a good option to give some rest to some midfielders such as Casemiro? And he said, this is where I saw it. This is where I saw Zidane and his facial demeanor change right when I think he said Pogba. I forgot where it was. I think he said Pogba or something along those lines. I saw it in his face. His facial demeanor changed. It's so obvious he wants Paul Pogba. If he stays at Real Madrid, Paul Pogba for me is 100%. I was really surprised we didn't get him last summer. I really think he's going to come next summer. So the answer to that was there are a lot of options for all clubs. When the day comes, the clubs will decide. We have a squad, and it's true we have a player not in optimal conditions who can't play, but tomorrow we'll play with with 11 players. There's going to be 11 starting, some players on the bench, and we'll find a solution. There's no problem in this aspect. So he's very open to getting a new midfielder. We'll have to see what happens. I mean, as Mohsen was saying, Eriksen 20 million in January. Could that really help our midfield? I mean, we have Hamas Isco in the camps. Could Eriksen play as a center attacking midfielder? I mean, as a center midfielder, I don't know. I really don't know much about Eriksen. So, of course, if you guys do, let me know your thoughts. Let me go to the live comments really quick, and I'm sure there's been some live comments here. Let's see. So, let's see here. We'll have 3. I'm probably gonna skip some. Sorry, you guys. I'm just gonna probably skip some for right now. Can't wait to see Valverde butcher Trash Essie. I think Valverde is gonna be pretty decent, to be honest. I've liked what I've seen from Valverde. I'm quite surprised with what I've seen from him so far. I always want to give him a lot of stick last season, but so far, what I've seen from Valverde, very promising signs. I think he's gonna be a very good midfielder for us. Surprisingly, I saw nothing in him. I thought he was a very, kind of insipid midfielder, for lack of a better word. And not to be mean, but it's just there was nothing in him that I could see like, oh, he's going to be top. And now really I'm starting to see that he looks like a very good midfielder. I think the assist he made to Eden Hazard I forgot who he played. Was it Granada? I can't even remember. But that assist to Eden Hazard, it was unbelievable. Valverde, man, that was all Valverde right there. I'm really excited to see what he has to offer in the next few games. James says the postponement is good because it means we can solely concentrate on the Galatasaray game, and that's what the journalists were alluding to. And then James says it's just annoying because I was so excited. Plus, we're far better than Barca at the moment. I was sure we'd win. The confidence would have probably given us a lot more. It would have given us a lot more confidence. Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. Who is better, Giroud or Liesi? No, Giroud. Liesi. No, Giroud for sure, right? No, I'm just kidding. Messi, man. Messi is just not. I don't even want to talk about him. I start talking about him. It's not good. He's too good, man. He's too good. I'm not even gonna talk about him. Yeah, it's terrible. On a Real Madrid fan channel, no way. But he's something else, isn't he? That's all I'm gonna say. That's all you get, Barca fans. So let's see here. So. Let's see if I can get another question. There was a question about Luka Jovic. Yeah, I mean, so the question goes along those lines. We read a statement from his father being bothered by the mission of his son. He said his son felt humiliated. How do you see Luka Jovic, young footballer who's, gotten so few minutes to the competition, if he has a certain fear that he might, be discouraged? Zidane said, no, I don't think he's discouraged. The opposite. He knows the situation. He's a footballer who just came. He's a lot better, now than initially. He's talking more and more Spanish, entering the dynamic, which I didn't really understand. And I will count on him. It's true he hasn't played a lot, but he's important for us, and we will count on him. So I think Luka Jovic, it's not that it was to be expected, but look, man, he's changing countries. Very, very young player. He's got a lot of weight on his shoulders. Playing as a number 9 for Real Madrid. I mean, that's tons of weight on your shoulders as a 21-year-old. So I can understand that there's a period of adaptation for him. I'm not going to be scolding him very quickly. I'm going to let him kind of settle before I scold him. It's kind of like Courtois, you know. I tried to let Courtois settle. It hasn't really gone like that, but but there you go. I'm going to try to let Jovic settle. I think he looks like he could be top class. I had different reservations when it came to strikers the previous seasons. I would have kept Mariano, I would have kept Raul de Tomas, but we have Luka Jovic. I definitely hope to see him being top class at Real Madrid because I think he has all the potential. Let's see here. There was a question about Kubo. I didn't get the question, to be honest. The lady was Japanese. I didn't quite get it. He said, so the answer from Zidane was, yes, he's playing. That's the good thing. He's playing, and I'm happy for him. That was his decision. We must respect that. I'm happy with what he's doing with his team. Super, super generic. I mean, you know, when I heard that, you know, it was his decision, we must respect that. I was like, he's using his heuristics. He's just going back to the shortcuts in his brain, and he's just pretty much regurgitating the most kind of superficial thing in his brain. So I don't think the Kubo answer, there's nothing to worry about really. There was one thing that was actually pretty interesting. It was about Casemiro. So Casemiro obviously said the other day, I guess referring to an earlier time in his career, how he wasn't satisfied in his first few months with Zidane in charge. And then the question went, how did you tell him to remain calm and that he would end up playing a lot? You know, I wanted to ask Fede Valverde looking to acquire minutes. Do you see him making that same trajectory into an undisputed starter? And what characteristics does he have and need to develop in order to acquire that status? And I think the answer was, you saw him, he's very good. All of them are undisputed. I always have to choose 11, 18 for the squad. Fede is young, and he could be a box-to-box midfielder. He's important, he's got personality, and in that, he always wants to do well and is always asked a lot, and that's important to improve. So I would say very promising for Fede Valverde. The signs are there. Like I said, I really like what I'm seeing so far from him. I think Zidane is pretty much on the same page. So I think Fede Valverde will be, I would say he's going to have a big season this season. I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen with him. Sorry if I didn't get to the last to the comments here. I'm just going to get into a few comments really quickly. Probably, let's see here. Sorry if I'm kind of put this to a halt. Has anyone watched Ramos' documentary? I haven't watched that. Hopefully I can see that. Mariano seemed happy in training, says Mosen. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm so sad for the guy. He's a really good player. He's just in a bit of a quandary. He doesn't. What could you do? You know, you're third fiddle at Real Madrid, and even Jovic is not getting that many minutes. Can you imagine Mariano? I really thought he was going to get more minutes. I thought Benzema would be injured, and I thought maybe they play 4-4-2 more often, but it's not looking like that. Who do you think will win UCL? Says Milcourt. I'm not really sure, to be honest. I have no idea. I can't even think of someone at the back of my head. What do you think about AC Milan? New manager already? Jeez, man, AC Milan. It's not the manager that's going to solve the problem. When you change managers time and time again, you realize that's not the problem. There's got to be something else. Milcourt, yes. There's got to be something else to that Milan thing because new managers time and time again, and they can't seem to resolve the problem. So I'm assuming there's more to it than just getting new managers. I really don't know about him though, Pioli. I haven't heard of him. Mariano would be great in the PL. Hopefully he gets some minutes. Oh man, I would love to. It sounds weird. I would love to see Mariano at Manchester United, or even I would say Arsenal. But the only thing with Arsenal, they already have Aubameyang. Mariano at Manchester United or something along those lines. I think he'd do great. Manchester United probably is a better situation for him, but probably a team where he could get some minutes because he's really good. He's really good. Did you watch England-Bulgaria game? I didn't. I saw the Rashford goal though. It was a great goal. Rashford is not looking too great though, but yeah. Milcourt says, bro, we'd be like Madridistas back in the day when Perez was flipping SAG managers left and right. Oh, See, and that's the thing, you know. And Perez was doing that, and problems weren't getting solved. You know, that's not how you solve problems. So I think AC Milan, you know, they need to. I would say they need to. They need to find a different route, because at the moment attacking managers, it's not going to work. There's something there. They got to get to the root of the problem. And if you're sacking managers just for the sake of sacking them, it's not going to get you anywhere really. So I'm going to do a couple of questions, guys, and that's pretty much going to be it, to be honest, about the press conference. So the next question was, who do you have available tomorrow despite these injuries? We said, obviously, Luka Modric won't be there, Gareth Bale won't be there, Toni Kroos won't be there, and that's it. And Lucas Vazquez either. But there's always going to be something. That's the hard part of being a manager. He said he didn't try to, you know, always, you know, I really think that it's the fitness staff that they do have a part to play in it. I think part of the problem is obviously the overwhelming amount of minutes that all these players have played, plus obviously the change in medical staff. I think I'm not going to say 50-50. I'm going to say it's probably a 60-40, where 60% of it is due to these players having played so many minutes in the past few years, and part of it has to do with the training staff. I think the training staff has to be. I think there's has to be some culpability in the training staff. So yeah, okay. So there you go. That's it. He pretty much said, you know, nonstop traveling, playing, these things will happen. We have to accept that. But as you said, we'll have other players. We'll try to do it well tomorrow. So he really wasn't trying to blame his fitness staff or anything, which I can understand. It's only normal. And the last question was about Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz, you know, the public have liked what they've seen from him, and the question goes along the lines of, are you asking for patience for the public, and can this be his moment for him to play? I'm so excited. I really want to see Brahim Diaz tomorrow. I really hope we see him. I doubt we're going to see him start. I put him in the starting lineup, hoping that he's going to start, but I have my doubts. I don't think he's going to start. I think we might see Vinicius playing, but we'll see. The answer was yes, it could be, but the key word is patience. I think we have to be patient with Brahim Diaz. It's going to take some time for him to develop. I think that's only normal, but I think he'll be able to develop. I think he looks good. You know, he looks good. I think the Madridistas know this. So I think Brahim Diaz will develop pretty well. Precocious teenager. You know, he looks well beyond his years. So the key word is patience, because in the end there are a lot of players. I will count on every individual. Everyone knows the situation. I won't talk about the details, but the players must be prepared when it's their turn. They have to do it well. He says, I know it's difficult because you're asking me about a player who hasn't made his first appearance, but we will see. So it wasn't too convincing of Zidane, what he had to say about Brahim Diaz, but there you go. That's pretty much it for that. I'm probably going to just read out a couple comments, guys, and probably going to end it in like 2-3 minutes, to be honest. I don't want to elongate this for anyone who has to see it after. Let's see. So Jonas says Zidane only plays with his favorite players and plays with players out of form. He does, though. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. He does have that tendency. Players like Zidane, players like Varane, Courtois, Vazquez, and a sideways passer like Kroos. To be fair, Kroos he's been pretty good the past 2 or 3 games, but passing is predictable these days. I know. When you do look at his games, it probably is a bit on the decline, but he's still good. For me, Kroos is still a good player, but he's probably not the same player he once was. Varane, Courtois, Vazquez, those players, man, it's just, yeah. Zidane has that tendency. I really hope he can eradicate that, because, it's a bummer, really. And Mohsen said, did you see Kubo talking about why he chose Real Madrid? I didn't see that article, Mohsen. I did want to see that article. But I did see the headline. It was you know, why I chose Real Madrid or something like that. So I'll probably have to give that a read. But yeah, I'll have to see. Let me know actually if you don't want to let me know. Milcor says, tell Paolo Maldini and Boban to get a UCL proven manager. There you go. Who do you think wins the biggest Premier League game? Manchester United versus Liverpool. I think it's gonna be a draw. I think it's gonna be 0-0. I really don't think Liverpool's going to win. I think that's because Manchester United are going to park the bus. They're going to park 2 buses. No, they're really going to have a bulwark. It's going to be tough to break them down. That sounds weird to say that, but I really think Manchester United, I think they're just going to park the bus. They're probably going to try to hit Liverpool on the counterattack. They know Liverpool's a good team. Manchester United it's just a horrible state of affairs there. So I think it's going to be 0-0. And Molson says, will you do the match reaction straight after? About the match reaction, I have to talk about that. I will have to. It probably okay. Let me know, you guys, if it's going to be someone. Do you guys want to see someone else do the match reaction? Because I'm not going to be able to do it. I unfortunately have work. But maybe I can get someone else to do the match reaction. Let me know if you guys would like this. I'll try to get someone else to do it. Yeah. Let me know. It's gonna be a little bit weird, but I'm gonna try. Let's see here. I mean, Cruz is predictable and okay. Yeah, rest is sometimes out of form. Yeah, exactly. Cruz, I know what you mean, John. Cruz is, it's been kind of up and down for him. It's a better rivalry than Manchester Derby. Yeah, it is. It is. It's like a Clásico, right? It's like a Clásico. Jonas says, mentioned, I didn't mean Cruz is bad, just predictable. Yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. He hasn't been at his best. Of course, the Cruz from 2-3 years ago is definitely amazing, but they all had their time, right? Milkor says, because City and PSG are relevant in 2019. Hey, City aren't irrelevant. PSG, I guess you could say to some extent. I think City have a pretty good squad, but yeah, I think Pep's getting exposed a little bit. You can always do it simply later, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's 10 p.m. I think that I come back from work, so it's very, very, very late. I do it from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. I work, and the game starts at 2 p.m. before I'm at, so it's too difficult. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Molson says he said it was based on Real Madrid's plans, of course, referring back to Kubo for him, his development, and what to expect in the coming years. He was sold on that. That's good news, actually, and I think that's probably why a lot of youngsters have come to Real Madrid. Probably because of that, Molson. So yeah, wow, that's nice to know. Yeah, thanks, Molson. Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm sorry. I wish I could do it, but maybe I'm gonna get someone else to do it. I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna try to get someone else to do it. Probably gonna be a bit weird. Everyone's gonna see it. It's gonna be like, whoa. But I'm gonna try. They're slowly becoming a Champions League team. Probably referring to City. I'm assuming. They are slowly becoming a Champions League team, but like Milkor was saying, bro, City has spent millions and still no CL. They have the project failure. I would say it's a bit of a, I would say partly failure. It's a bit failure, and it's a bit they've made it, because 2 UCLs back to back. Oh man, that's insane. In this day and age, to do that, you got to give it to Pep Guardiola. But in the Champions League, they have failed. So. But then again, you can't. Not everyone can win the Champions League, right? So, yeah, there you go for that. Billions, exactly, billions. They've spent billions. Yeah, exactly. It's crazy. Molson says spending money doesn't guarantee anything. Exactly, it really doesn't. It doesn't even guarantee happiness. So there you go for that. So I'm gonna pretty much end it there, guys. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2-0 for Real Madrid. Of course, if you got the predictions, let me know in the comment section. Bye, James. Thank you so much, dude. No, I appreciate for having you on. I was happy to see you make it, actually. It was very, very good. Get some rest, man. It's probably been a long day at work. And Molson says, but City have invested well. They've done a lot. Exactly. They've done a lot, aside from the UCL. So they're slowly becoming there. I think they're slowly getting there. So Milkor says, that's why I'm saying Forest is better than City. Jonathan says, I predict 0-1 win. Yep. My match reaction tomorrow. Going back to that, Jonas, the match reaction. I'm not too sure yet. I don't think there's going to be one tomorrow, but I'm going to try to make one. It's probably not going to be me. It's going to be someone else. So I think that's the only thing. Milkor, thank you for being on. Milkor Football TV. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for being on. And Molson says, so excited for the game, even though we could be hella suspect. Oh, I know. It's gonna be a little bit suspect. Trust me. Take care, dude. Take care, Molson. Have a good night. Pour one to us. I hope so, man. I hope so. It would give us the confidence. Molson says, a la Madrid. It's been a pleasure. Thanks, man. It's all right. Take care, guys. Have a good one. And I'll try to do the match reaction tomorrow. If not, I'll probably do it on Sunday. So thank you, guys, and have a good one. Thank you.